Good morning, obviously. The sun's just coming up. How pretty is that this morning? Welcome. This is Tracy Brown. If you've never seen any of my videos, this is definitely a little bit of a different video this morning than I usually do. But I thought I would do a change of pace in just talking about, when things feel hard. And sometimes we over focus on the hard. And sometimes we just need literally I'm shaking my hand here just shake it out. And get outside. And right now I'm so excited that this morning is not humid, it's not heavy, it's not gross feeling. Good morning, Mary. We are just going to do something different this morning, which is just get out of our routine, especially the heaviness of what's going on in the world, and just be present. So I want to show you all this morning. You've seen a lot of things online, so if we're not going to work, some of you are going to your work, but it's just a really different way of doing it. I was talking to somebody yesterday that her body has been telling her a lot lately about how her work environment really doesn't work for her body. And hi, Michelle. And we were talking a lot about, well, here's our opportunity now that you're really noticing that. Because I'll just give this example, and she's cool with me doing this, by the way, we talked about it, is noticing there's less interruptions in her space. She can feel in her body. And we were talking about obviously how that impacts her food. And there's a lot of either I can't feel my hunger when there's so much kind of pulling at her with interruptions at her job and the noise and the lack of spaciousness and not taking breaks. So it's one of the two things. And this is really normal, right? When we are in this, when we don't feel like there's enough room inside ourselves for ourselves, other people's stuff is in there, or everything feels like too much and we don't know what's ours and what's not, what's hunger, what's fullness. So we were talking about that, basically some polyvagal theory and how to work more towards regulation. If you need more help with that, please connect with me, which we'll talk about here at the end of the video of what I'm going to do to help you all with that. But anyway, we were talking about how to make her space better. So if you're at home working, if you're at home with the kids and you're doing double time of maybe you're not working, but it's full-time mom life, or parent life, if it's doing both, I'm doing both, I'm working and homeschooling, and we're doing it in shifts back and forth throughout the day. But this is something that I like to do in the morning, is to get outside. And you see that sunrise coming up, which is really nice. So just orient to that for a second. Kind of the glow of it. If you can hear the birds. You might even hear my dog cough. And focus and notice those things. And what that feels like in your system. And if that feels neutral or good. So even doing something like this really briefly is enough to start to try to make some room in your system for a little bit more accuracy with hunger and fullness. That's all we want. Can we do some molecules more of settling right now? And so I looked over here because I hear a critter. I think that's probably squirrels running around. But anyway, squirrel, right? So I want to show you a couple of little fun things I'm working on. So one is really personal, but I encourage you to do it along with me. So if anybody wants to go and find, these things are great. By the way, I'm not doing this because I think I'm going to provide all the food for my family. This is just something that I do yearly, if not every, sometimes I skip some years doing it. But, I had to buy a new one because I threw the old one I had out. Good morning, Sherry. Okay, I don't know if you can see this or not. I'll get it a little further away. Basically, seed starter. I'm going to start doing some little gardening stuff. For one, because it's a fun project to do with kids. Super fun for kids to watch things grow. And so that can give you something to do too, is look at your area and what grows good at your area in this time of the year. So actually I've missed a lot of the prime starting season where I live because it's already going to be too scorching hot for them soon. But for most of you, this is the perfect time to be picking a few things. That means that don't go crazy. When I say that, meaning don't go overboard. So I picked a couple of things I know that will start well now. So we're going to do tomatoes, jalapenos, lettuce is so super easy and it grows really fast and doesn't need a lot of, really doesn't need a ton of space, and you can grow it in a separate thing. Okay, and I got broccoli. I'm a little too late for broccoli. I got carrots too, but we'll see. I might not plant those. We'll wait. And then I'm also going to do this little herbal set here. And it's just something fun to do. I'll be honest. This is totally for fun. Again, I don't expect to feed my family for a year with this stuff or anything. Totally just doing it for fun. One, because it got me researching something on the internet that was gave me some new information, some new skills. I can't really screw it up because the worst thing that's going to happen is this doesn't work, and it's okay. It's an activity to do with my daughter right now, which will be fun. And something else to take care of that is very sensory, which we need more sensory. We all need to limit how much we're watching and reading and all those kind of things. And so I hope you don't stop watching my videos, because I want to do things like this with you to help ground your nervous system and give you something else to focus on besides, I'm stressed, I can't eat, or I'm stressed and I'm having a hard time not eating. This stuff is to help you get grounded, to make attuned eating more accessible. So speaking of that, there's a couple things going on I want to share with you before we wrap today's video up. And please, anybody ask me any questions about anything related to food, body image, nervous system regulation, fears about food supply, whatever, I'm here right now. So dovetailing on that, tomorrow, if you haven't already seen, I'm going to do a free conference call. So you don't have to worry about getting on a video. You can be on your phone your laundry doing this, whatever you want to do. And there will be a replay if you don't come live, but I encourage you to come live because I will answer your questions live if you have them. But anyway, I'm going to be talking about 4 or 5 different things, and I have space for time for questions about whatever you need around your food and recovery right now. But they're mostly going to be around learning the basics of what regulation means. The fact is that we see that most of the world does not have regulation, given the amount of panic that is happening right now, and how that's impacting people's health, physical, mental, emotional health, how that's impacting the economy, how that's impacting, honestly, how we treat each other, and all the hoarding and all the kind of things. If you did that, you're not being judged by me. I'm just saying that, we all have things that we are working on. And some people take it outward, some people take it inward. I know most of you here are watching probably more inward, like imploders. And I want to help you with that in tomorrow's call, just to understand the physiology of what's happening and how that impacts your digestion, how that impacts your hunger and fullness. Secondly, I don't have these memorized, by the way. So I've got a post on the intuitive eating support group. I'll have it on this page here as well. We're going to be talking about actually how to use your pantry resources. I want to be really practical. We're going to talk about how we can help others that we know are struggling with enough food. We're going to talk about that. And then, that's the gist of it. Really those main 3 points. And good morning, Carol. And, there's going to be some nuances in that, so it's not just those 3 things. But I actually do also have, with the help of my amazing intern, she helped me kind of do some food costing around 3 different grocery stores that are nationally in the United States, depending on your region, what you have, and breaking it down to how much stuff could cost and how you can make that food work. So there's a little menu in there too. We're gonna share in an email next week. So the conference call will be tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern time. I know it's early, but I want to have full juice on board for this for you all. So it'll be early as usual. And so that will be happening tomorrow. There will be a replay. All the visual resources will be available in the email next Tuesday. So Mary's saying, I saw our Pennsylvania governor has good Facebook posts for food insecurity and unemployment, small business help and such. That's amazing. That's great. That might be something. Thank you for sharing that. That's similar to what I'm going to do with the food part of things tomorrow. Is just I found national hotline for that, so people can look for. And I want to share some just personal things I think that we can do individually to help each other. And so I've got some interesting ideas for that. Something else that's going on in my Peaceful Eating group. If you're not part of that group, it's $25 a month. we do 6 meetings a week, or I'm sorry, 6 meetings a month. And I'm going to do a bonus one next week for people. And I think I want to do some meal support. So if you are interested in meal support at a lower cost, then I haven't even announced it to them yet. They don't even know about it. But I want to like start to really help people come to the table in a more regulated state and have to be around each other. So I'm probably going to do a Zoom call at that point. And if you want to sit and have a meal or a snack with me, you're going to do that in the group next week. So if you're interested in information about that, I'll just put the link to the Peaceful Eating group below if you're interested. And then coming up, I think I'm going to go ahead and finally put together my 40-day like rewire for attuned eating little daily thing together. And we're going to do some for 40 days, probably for about 15 minutes each day. Going to do just a 15-minute neurosensory exercise together. All right. And they'll kind of build on themselves. There'll be different topics each week. There will be, like, what is that, about 6 weeks? It's about 6.5 weeks. And I know that's enough time to start to build a platform for some new neuroplasticity going on around food and about how to come to the table to eat in a way that feels good. So that's what I am got in the store for you. So that little small course will be coming out, in the next couple weeks, because I've got it done. I just haven't ever put it out there, I'll be honest. I've just had so many other projects, but it feels like this is the right time for everyone. So I'll make an announcement about that in the next 2 weeks. But if you're needing a group space to work through your recovery, if, for whatever reason, you're not doing as much one-on-one with your non-diet practitioners right now or whatever, this is a good place to go. So anyway, wish me luck. I will keep you posted. You guys will get to see little weekly updates of how the seedlings are going. And I hope you do come to the call tomorrow. And if you have any other topics that you want to work on for, that's my dog, for the upcoming weeks, whether it's food insecurity, like practical menu things, feeling like, oh my gosh, the food I like isn't available, so I might as well eat everything, and just general food satisfaction, let me know. All right. Thank you all so much for watching live. And please pass this video along to folks that really need it, that like may not know about the power of how important it is to orient to the good, especially in times when we're extra stressed. So, oh, well, thank you. I wish I used it more. It's Florida. Basically, no matter how, like we have a small house, so no matter how big or small your house is, people have pools, but after a while you don't use them much because, the shine has worn off, right? So I should use it more. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye for now.